Bruce Lee style.
All right.
That's us.
Hi.
3 Point Play Podcast. Today is December 29th, 2020. It's your main man, Nick, getting buckets off the pick, pulling floozies off the bench. They say my shot's ugly, but it still goes in. Here, my main man, Ryan Rastovac with the strap. And we have a special guest here today, Levante Miller, cooking defenders like a barbecue dinner. How you doing, my man? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, bro?
Hey, man.
Talk
Not too
louder.
bad.
How much louder?
Pronunciate.
I pronunciate very well.
I'm glad to see you, man. Feels like many moon. What's new with you, sir?
Nothing much. Just been sitting at home working. That's about it. Got into photography, just taking pictures and stuff.
My main man got into photography.
Working from home or what?
Yep. Well, no, I actually got a new job, so no, I will not be working from home.
What?
Hey.
I didn't know that.
We ain't gonna give out your government credentials and what you're doing and all that.
Tell them your government name.
So, Mr. Ryan, how you been? How you been, my man? How was Christmas for the both of you?
Man,
gentlemen?
Santa Claus brought me some tools, man. Some new tools.
Okay.
Don't hire me to do shit for you because y'all cheap.
Facts. So, to those that don't know you, Mr. Miller, tell us about how you got started playing basketball, and yeah.
Well, I started playing basketball when I was 2. I learned how to dribble the ball when I was 2. Then from there, I didn't start taking it as serious until maybe my senior year of high school.
When did you develop a left?
Last year-ish.
Ooh, okay. Continue.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that don't know, you are an assistant coach for
Was.
Tell me some of the challenges that you faced in that position and some of the things that were the most rewarding.
Well, one thing I did learn was everybody has different coaching styles.
Okay.
And due to the fact that I did work, the first year I did help out, the coach I worked with, he had been doing it for years. So I learned a lot just from working with him.
Did you want to shout out that coach?
No.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Me and him are cool, but no. And then the other coach, he's younger, so it took a little bit to, he was teaching them the way that he was taught, and that was probably the challenging part because I guess I had a better rapport with the kids in that area. But in terms of rewarding, I definitely would say the relationship with the kids, building the bond with them and seeing them grow up. Now they're all in high school, 11 years old, like 11,
so
11 grade and shit.
Do you think the rapport that you built with them will last beyond just basketball?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Aside from that, tell us your favorite player, your favorite team. Yeah.
My favorite player is Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I grew up watching the Bulls. So I grew up watching him and Scottie Pippen just dominate everything. I was there when I watched when Tony Kukoc was there, all that. Okay. So, but my favorite team as of now, still the Bulls. Okay. I'm still a Bulls fan. But if I had to choose, no, I ain't got to choose. No, I'm still a Bulls fan.
Okay. I mean, they're a prosperous young team. I like Kobe White. I like Zach LaVine. Yes. They got some pieces that depending on how they develop, I'd like to see where they're going. So,
how does it feel to like a team that's been stuck in mediocrity since Michael Jordan left?
It feels phenomenal.
Except when you guys had Captain Kirk, you all right.
They had the Derrick Rose thing.
We had the Derrick.
There was hope.
We have a squad. We just got to win. That's it.
Is that hope? Is that really hope?
Yes.
Hope now?
The last game was bullshit.
No. I'm talking about in that era, D-Rose. Was that really hope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was that just a wish?
I thought it was cool.
No, that was hope.
I thought it was
Absolutely
cool. Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose. They had
Where are all those players now?
Squad.
Huh?
Where are all those players now?
Chilling. I know D Rose is chilling.
Derrick Rose has 2 MVPs with the Detroit Pistons, which play tonight, and I betted on against the Golden State Warriors, but we won't go there. Tyson Did they have Tyson Chandler?
No,
No. Okay.
They have Rolo.
we have Rolo. Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Yeah.
That's
Talking
about
shit.
it. We really that's
Talking
really all the
shit.
pieces we had at that time.
Kirk. It was Ben
Gordon.
Thank you. Ben Gordon. I think Ben Gordon got a ring.
You had Brian Scalabrine on that team.
Facts.
Yes. The White Mama. Yes, we did.
Trying to think of some other players that were on that team. Either way, I'm just wondering how it feels to like a team that sucks.
You know what?
It's just like liking the Bills. They suck too.
This is a podcast.
This is a basketball podcast.
podcast.
So we
Right.
don't talk about that shitty sport football.
You're
Right.
absolutely right. But it's true.
Take that and you
Same
go
shit.
over there.
You take that over there to the football people. I don't know where they are, but take it to them.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. We live in
So,
America.
let's get started. I wanted to start off on a light note. My main man Jamal Murray is getting a shoe with New Balance. He will be the second main athlete, aside from Kawhi Leonard, getting a shoe. You think that shoe is going to be popular? You think it's going to be good looking? Or do you think it's going to be like something lackluster that nobody knows about?
No, because I definitely think it's going to be a dope shoe.
Okay.
And I think it's awesome that New Balance is stepping back into the basketball realm.
Okay.
And I like how it started off with Kawhi because his shoe was phenomenal. The Omni ones were dope.
Listen, so I will say this. The Omni ones, there's some colorways that are some pretty sick. But in terms of popularity on the basketball court, I almost see nobody wearing New Balances. How
Only
about
real
you, Ryan?
hoopers know about the good shoes.
I agree. I like the Kawhi Jolly Ranchers. I've been trying to preach the glory of those. But I also like to be different. But I have yet to see a lot of people wearing the New Balances.
I don't see anybody in New Balances either.
The streetwear gets rocked. As a basketball shoe, I don't think it really gets.
New Balance has this like long-standing thing of being the white dad shoe,
Facts.
and
Facts.
like
Facts.
you know, pop culture doesn't want to bring that to make it cool yet. And I think when they do, but see, the problem is you got somebody like Kawhi, who is the poster child for New Balance.
Right.
In my opinion, he's not a marketable player. He has no emotion. He has no nothing.
Because he has no emotion makes him unmarketable?
Yeah, he's not relatable. He's a robot.
I think he's relatable to a lot of people for that reason.
Wrong sound.
I think he's relatable for the fact that he doesn't let little shit get to him. He's just like,
Who
I'm
on
here.
this planet?
I'm here doing my job.
Who
fuck
on
y'all.
exactly my point? Who on this planet comes here and goes, "I'm just here doing my job"? Nobody.
Marshawn Lynch. Going back to football again.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Marshawn Lynch probably cool.
He didn't give a
Marshawn
fuck.
Lynch outside of football is cool as shit.
He's cool as shit.
Kawhi Leonard outside of basketball,
Seems
we
cool as
spend
shit.
no.
He seems
We
cool.
spend a lot of time like this dude is weird.
He
Like
seems
I
dope.
would eventually end up telling him to go fuck himself because
Like-
I'd be so sick of just him just sitting there being weird.
You see
Like-
you see like all those like Raptor videos where like people are like trying to get hyped before the team and they're like, yeah, Kawhi, and he's like, he don't even shake their hands sometimes. He just walk off on them. Did you see one of the times where he was like, and he was like, and he just
See, that dude's weird. No.
I appreciate
I like Kawhi because he was a Spur, but in terms of like kicking ability, I highly doubt I'd want to hang out with him.
I wouldn't.
Outside of-
I wouldn't.
I would love to
I was
hang out with
watching.
Kawhi.
I was watching the New Balance commercial with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where they were like, "Without them," where it was like two Terminators. Whoa! And I was like, this commercial's perfect for him because he
Yeah.
has no
He has
personality.
no personality. Right?
Moving forward, Baron Davis and Master P are trying to acquire Reebok as a brand, as an owner, and they're like, yo, let's make Reebok black again. So, two questions, starting off with you, Ryan. One, do you think that they will acquire Reebok? The price tag on it is, I believe, $2.4 billion. And then two, do you think that if they do acquire it, that the shoe will see more popularity or see some cooler styles? Because people don't really rock Reebok as much as they did when Allen Iverson was in the game.
As long as Master P don't design the shoes, we might be okay.
Okay.
Cause we've seen some shit.
You think you'll see some better silhouettes or no? Like Baron Davis out there? Or...
Honestly, I think they're just gonna rehash it and rebrand it. I don't think they're gonna do a whole lot.
You don't think they're going to change it? You think they just
It's just gonna be a rehash.
a business deal?
They're gonna probably do a whole re-release of all the cool shoes again.
The Shaqnosis.
They'll get a
the
re-release again. Yeah, all that. I think all that
no
stuff will just
no
come
new
out.
like silhouettes, no new designs. You don't think anything of that?
I mean, yeah, they'll probably get somebody to join the brand and make a shoe after them, and then
Okay.
I don't know if they'd really do a Baron Davis shoe per se.
Okay.
But maybe, I don't know.
Ted?
I disagree with that one. I do feel now, I will give them the fact that they probably are going to do a lot of re-releases, a lot of retros of older shoes. But in terms of them making the brand popular again, I do believe they will make it popular again because Baron Davis was a fucking problem.
Okay.
Everybody loves Baron Davis that likes basketball.
Okay.
So
I
I
disagree.
feel...
I mean, I love him, but not everybody likes Baron Davis.
Agree to disagree.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna shout out my shoe collection because they came out with a Billionaire Boys Club collection that collabed with the questions, and I bought a pair because I'm sexy and I'm in and I'm hip. So truth be told, I really don't think that Master P and Baron Davis are in a position to acquire Reebok financially. But if it happens for them, that'd be dope on the black side. But anywho,
You don't know how much money they got. They probably sitting on billions, just chilling.
billions.
They probably are just chilling. Who knows? We don't know.
Should I Google their net worth?
Go
Yeah,
for it.
let's do that.
I do believe
And
though.
shut down the black community.
Let's check their net
Just
worth.
kill dreams.
Let's
Reebok
check
is
their
still
net worth.
popular,
Let's
though.
see what's going on there. Let's
Especially
see.
with all the questions.
Listen,
I don't think the two of them are going to enter any more partners.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. They're definitely
listen.
more partners.
I really hope that we acquire it just for like the positivity of the black community, but
That's like saying let's bring Dada back. Are you serious?
I never wore Dada, so
I
I
had a
mean,
pair.
like, I don't.
I had a pair when I was
So Master P's net worth, according to Google, don't hate me, Master P, is $200 million, and Baron Davis's net worth is $60 million. So the way billions work, it takes a thousand.
This is America,
it's
baby.
It's called
It takes
America, bro.
It takes a thousand millions to get to a billion.
This is
So
America.
seems like they're a little short.
I'm sure they got
I'm
one
sure
hell
they'll
of a
figure it
credit
out.
card.
That's just.
They'll figure it
I
out.
hope they
I'm sure they got one hell of a credit card. So,
got the credit card we don't got.
black card.
So did any of you guys see the video of Steph Curry hitting 105
threes in a row.
and how good did that do him during a fucking game?
Awful.
Moving forward, my man, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. So Steph Curry hit 105 in practice, and Kelly Oubre went 0 for 17, which, by the way, I don't know how the coach allowed him to shoot 17 threes and then at some point be like, stop. It's enough. I've had enough. And then Andrew Wiggins went 4 for 13. So, Tay, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of the Warriors moving forward? Do you think that they're still trying to find their identity as a young team? Or do you think that they got some pieces that they need to trade? What do you think?
They definitely need. I wouldn't say trade anything just yet, especially since we're still in the beginning.
Okay.
They do need a little bit of time to get the chemistry right, figure out how the system's going to work, how Steve Kerr's system is working, because everybody knows it kind of run. I won't say it runs fully through Steph, but it runs fully through Steph and his shooting ability. And due to Steph kind of off right now, they do got to go back to the drawing board and figure out, okay, how are we going to use everybody in this game? We can't just let Andrew Wiggins go up here and try and pull X amount of threes, and he can't battle to the hole every time. Kelly Oubre can't obviously deliver from three right now, so we got to figure out a different role for him. And I'm surprised that James Wiseman is doing as well as he is. He's actually doing a very
James
very well,
Wiseman
very good.
has been averaging 22 for the last
Yeah.
few games that he's been playing.
And
So
he's shooting better than from the three, at least shooting better from the three than they are,
right.
which is kind of scary. Your big shouldn't be doing that. But at the same time, this is a different game of basketball. So
The crazy thing is that he's averaging 22 points, but he hasn't been passing the ball well, but that's preference in big man.
Right.
What do you think, Ryan?
They're going to tank.
They're going to tank? At what
They're-
point in the season do you think they're going to jump ship and just be like, oh, we talked about this.
As soon as Steph comes off the pick and somebody hip checks him a little bit, that's it. That's all they need.
So you're saying him getting injured?
If you call a hip check an injury, sure. But
You can hurt somebody with a hip check. You sure can.
you're right. In today's soft ass NBA, you're absolutely
You can
right.
hurt the shit out of somebody, especially with these players now. Just one hit's all it takes.
But I'm not
Fuck
even
up.
talking that. I'm just saying it's going to take the right time, the right place. He's going to fall weird, and they're going to be like, "Oh my God, he broke his neck. He's got to be out for the season."
Hip bone connected to the ass bone. Ass bone connected to the thigh bone.
That's pretty much what's going to happen. I'm telling
Okay,
you. I'm telling you
okay.
right now. That's exactly what's going to happen. They started off shitty. Of course, it's too early to tell. Steph is nowhere near that caliber of a player that he needs to be to carry an entire team.
Right now.
Never was.
Relax.
Never was.
Relax.
No, a point guard, a shooting point guard at that, is never going to be good enough to carry an entire team on his back. I'm sorry.
Shout out to
That's the
Allen
reality.
Iverson.
Okay, so I'll give you.
Still didn't do it.
I'll give you that. The way they're using Steph right now, he's definitely better as a 2, most definitely. But he needs someone to help him off with those screens and everything.
He needs a team around him.
You think
He
when
does need to.
Draymond comes back, that'll make a difference or
No.
Okay.
It won't make that
No.
much of a difference.
He needs Clay.
Okay.
He needs
In turn-
somebody like Clay.
I
In
miss
terms of defense, Draymond would
I
definitely make a
miss you,
difference.
Clay. I miss
That's
you.
but that's I guarantee you the whole reason Draymond hasn't been playing is because his ass been out of shape, and they didn't let him start the season out of shape.
Could be. Or he probably wants
Zion
to sit
out of
back
shape
and look
or
like
like Zion. Okay, so Zion out of shape, James Harden out of shape, or just like
Okay, see, James Harden out of shape is not fair because James Harden is that dude that can show up like
or
he's-
Danielle Marshall out of shape, like
Ooh. So okay, let me clarify the James Harden out of shape thing. James Harden is that uncle that shows up to the barbecue, and you're like, man, you can't do shit, and he will sauce everybody up,
okay.
looking like
Pass me the ball, youngster.
looking like he just like came off of like 15 beers and 6 buffets.
Well, that's why they call him the Dennis Rodman of the league, the modern league right now.
Who says
I would
this?
not go that far.
I
Whoever
would
says
call
that
him-
needs
Who
to
says
stop.
this?
I would call him that in the fact that
Who's-
he literally can do
Matt,
whatever
have
the
you
hell
heard
he
this?
wants. Yeah, he can literally come
Yeah,
back and do
so
whatever
can
the hell he
LeBron, but
wants.
that doesn't mean LeBron is doing that.
You're right. That's why they're two different people. James Harden can do that.
I haven't used this in a while, but I
He
feel
can
like
go
it's
off
necessary.
and do whatever the hell he wants and come back and give you a solid triple double.
Oh, it's not on
okay,
here.
so let me ask you, Tay, why do you think that's okay?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
I personally, as a player, I fucking hate James Harden, but I love him for the player that
I'm
he
not
is.
even talking about James Harden as a person.
Oh, you're just
I'm
talking about-
as a player. I'm talking
As a
about
player? No.
No, I'm talking about that that perk of being that guy like James Harden, where you can go do whatever the hell you want, but any other teammates will get suspended for doing something like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay, cool.
But if you go back and look at it, it's a different story when, like I said, he's that dude who can go off and do whatever the hell he wants. He's your best player, and he's giving you a consistent stat line every night. He comes out there and play
in the regular season.
in the regular season. What the fuck can you say? It's like, yo, coach, that's not fair.
But so here's my thing also. Those players that will be the ones saying, yo, coach, that's not fair, are the same players that are not getting 36 shot opportunities per game.
Yeah, that's why that's.
So you
it's
give any
off.
player, I'm sorry, but if you give any player in the NBA 36 shot opportunities, minus Kelly Oubre, because apparently he can't do that.
Yeah,
But if you give any player,
Right? Yeah.
if you give any player 36 shot opportunities, there's a reason they're in the league. They
Absolutely.
can give you those numbers too.
Right, and that's why I look at
But
a player like
He did
No.
baptize Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
But
He actually got 2 back-to-back dunk-ons that were pretty sexy.
I mean, yeah, that's cool, but like,
No, I feel you. I absolutely.
that
feel
was
you.
phenomenal, by the way.
so speaking of the dunking on Kevin Durant, I don't want to go off that. I don't want to go too far off that because I want to come back to you on that whole thing. But do you guys think that Terry Rozier really got a poster on Kevin
No.
Durant?
If you
Kevin
jump,
Durant
you get
was
the poster.
No.
he was chasing it down.
He was
though.
chasing it down. That doesn't count.
Camera angles are a bitch.
Everyone knows it's a rule. If you jump, it's your poster.
So if I'm jumping behind you and you dunk it, that's
If
catch
you
your
jump,
body?
it's a poster.
No,
That's
it's
stupid.
Not.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
behind you.
Don't
It'd be a
look,
different
don't,
story
don't look
now.
at the picture they've been posting.
Yeah,
look
it'd
at,
be a
look at the
different
video.
story if I'm in front of you. Then yeah,
I've seen the game. I've
so did I.
world. I've been betting every day.
No,
I'm
I
here.
disagree.
I'm here.
That's not a poster.
If you jump, it's a poster.
That's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's not a poster.
And it was a cross. It was the way Kevin Durant jumped. Terry Rozier was coming like this. He was coming like this. He swiped and he got dunked on. Facts. And it was sexy.
He didn't though.
I mean, if you want to say like Kevin Durant, no injuries would have sent that shit to the Lord. Facts, but it was a poster.
He has no injuries.
happens.
He has no injuries. He's good.
He's not the same.
500
He's
plus.
an
the
NBA
same?
player. Yeah, he's the same.
You think
Yes.
he's the same?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Millions?
Yes. The Slim Reaper's back.
He is the same.
He's the exact same player.
He bounced back. Great.
560 plus days. That's a long time.
The cannon will never leave you. It's like you with your bullets. It'll never leave you. You see what I did there? I'm a nice man. I'm a generous king.
But the way that KD plays, that's why a lot of people point to like players like Steph Curry and shit like that who can shoot. They can play till like they're 40 years old because all he does is fucking shoot. KD.
I just said
Steph
that.
Curry probably can't because he's going to roll his ankle one good time and then be out for a year. So,
What was the question you wanted to ask my man before we move forward?
Okay, so back to the James Harden thing, right?
Oh, Curry, man.
Are there any players in the league that you would allow to act like he is? And if yes, who are they? If no, what kind of punishment would you do? Would you have for a player that does this, that violates this procedure?
Because I've coached kids who were like that.
Yes.
Who are great kids, like they're great players on the court, but are little dickheads off the court.
Yeah.
They didn't play, plain and simple, until they got the act
Okay,
right.
so but now you have marketability.
Mm-hmm.
The reason James Harden is getting these points and getting this money and getting this time.
This ain't Coach Carter. You can't just be like, oh, you just
That's my shit.
You should
just show up to practice. You don't
Yes.
get to play.
You really should.
No, yes, absolutely. You didn't show up to practice, your ass not playing. Plain and simple. You show up late, you're not playing. Plain and simple.
Okay, so
Give a shit if you're the star player.
So coaches only have so much power, but then the owner of the team is going to be like, okay, he didn't come to practice. Put him out there.
Which is why the system is broken.
And that's exactly, yeah.
Much like our judicial system.
I would definitely fight that. Plain and simple. Like, if I'm the coach, look, either you move him or move me. I'm not dealing with this. It's not fair.
So from what you just said, case in point would be Carmelo Anthony and George Karl. As soon as that relationship broke down, where did George Karl end up?
Where did he end up?
Sacramento, then he went to the Timberwolves, then he
Oh, he's moving around like that?
went to
So
I
that's
think he was on the Pistons for a year.
right. So that goes. So that's my case in point where the owner is going to be like, without saying it, Carmelo is more important than you. So
Which is trash.
and
in
I'm
my
not
opinion, because
and I'm not saying that what you're saying isn't wrong. I'm just saying that like
There's no solid team without a good coach.
absolutely my favorite coach is Popovich, and Popovich will sit you down, no problem. But it's in the NBA, they're kind of trying where they're doing the whole thing like if you're not injured,
yeah, but also
you get a $100,000 fine, and then we found out that James Harden, a 25th of his
Like
salary is 280 for him to.
his toilet paper.
285,000 is 25/5. I'm gonna say that again, world. 25/5.
His toilet paper
of
costs
his
more
salary.
than that. His toilet paper costs more than that fine.
He has 4 ply.
So 100,000 is
That fool got
like
8 ply.
100,000 is like
All he needs is one. That's it.
Yes,
I don't need nothing else.
Egyptian cotton toilet paper.
Right.
So Dallas delivered the biggest L to the Clippers in franchise history.
That
They
was
were up
embarrassing.
50 points
In the second half.
without Kawhi. Is Kawhi that? Is his impact on the game that important? Apparently it is.
Like I've been saying.
Apparently it is.
No,
No.
it's not.
His-
One game doesn't dictate anything.
He's still out tonight, so
He's probably going to be out for
They're
4
not
more
playing
weeks because
tonight.
of load management, but he's going
They're
to
not
cover it up with
playing.
his little jaw injury because he's a
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. His
I ain't gonna lie. Getting hit by Serge Ibaka, I don't want to know what that feels
You
like.
really not going to play the next game? Come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
His shit's
I don't
not
know.
broken.
I don't know how.
This dude laid on the floor like he got hit
So if you
by a
get
missile.
so anybody that boxes knows that if you get hit in your jawline, your whole equilibrium is shit. Like, it's gone. So, and this isn't like a regular person. This is Serge Ibaka.
Okay,
Like,
well, what about when Will did that exact same thing to me and made me bleed? I washed my mouth out and we finished playing for another 2 hours that we were playing.
I'm not going to knock
many
Will,
times.
but
This is why you wear mouth guards, guys. Mouth guards.
Have you ever been elbowed by Will?
no.
'Cause he
and I
loves
don't-
to do this?
And I don't ever want to catch that.
Yeah,
don't bleed.
no,
I
you
didn't
don't
bleed,
because
but
it's
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
And it hurts. And he knocked me on my ass.
You hit
And I swear to
like,
God, I saw
the side of
stars.
your face or like,
Straight right in here.
oh, okay.
And it's pushed my jaw backwards and I went down.
Could you stand afterwards?
It took a little bit.
Okay.
It took a little bit. But I wasn't a bitch and didn't fucking leave and miss 5 games either.
He hasn't missed 5 games. He's missed
He
five.
will, I guarantee it.
He's probably gonna miss like 3 more games. I think so.
I'm tempted.
I hate to say that, but I
I'm
think he's
tempted to
gonna miss
bet. I'm tempted to bet just because I have so many and I'm up on the year. I'm tempted to bet the chops, but I'm gonna leave it alone. So, can the Clippers win without Kawhi?
it. Yes. They sure can.
So, you're fucking crazy. Second of all, I just read that Jumar
You don't think
said,
they can?
Hold on. Jumar said that Kawhi got stitches and might not be able to swallow. There's a joke in there.
It has to be said.
There's a joke in
You
there.
got the Michael Scott. That's what she said.
But,
So, like, bro, I honestly think they have a squad. They can win without him. Like, it might not be by a large
coming from a
margin.
Bulls fan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, they can. And we can win too.
Luka didn't have Kristaps, and he just
He just cooked.
The
and
whole
he
team
just
did, but the
filleted
the
them.
whole team did.
He
The
put
whole
the
team.
herbs and spices.
Okay,
He
if-
put a little butter in there.
If we're
He
talking-
he seared it.
The whole team. Look, this was a perfect example of
He made a garden salad. I'm sorry.
This is a perfect example of a team gelling and firing on all cylinders, and a team just coming out the gate shitty and not correcting it throughout the night.
That's why I agree. What did I think it was Ty Lue when he said that when they asked him like, so what happened? He was like, they came out and they just couldn't get it right.
Did you
Don't know what it
okay?
was.
Did
Makes
you
perfect
guys
sense.
see? Did you guys see that Paul George? Part of me wanted to stall Paul George out because it looked like he's ran this certain play so many times where he actually passed the ball and there was nobody there on
Yeah,
the
it seems to be happening a lot.
the wing corner. So part of me is like, is he like automatic where he's like, I'm just running the play, or does he need to slow his ass down and be like, there's nobody over there?
He needs to do.
And it's the bubble.
I think it's
So-
a little both.
I
little bit of
agree
both.
with that.
Okay.
He
So,
said-
so you think it's good that the plays are instilled in him so much that he's still running them regardless of whether the man is there or not.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying
okay.
that I think that has something to do with it.
But he also needs to slow down.
He definitely needs to take,
He
he
definitely
needs to take one
needs to
step
take
back. He came out because I think that he really took it personal. All the people flaming him,
Right.
and
So, by the way, I have a Paul George jersey on. The way I feel is that Paul George made me I was so impressed by Paul George. He shot 70% his first game. I'm like, oh, Paul George is showing a different side of the Clippers. They actually have the potential to do something better. And then the following game, you get stomped out by 50 without Kawhi, and it's like, where's the leadership, bro? You just had a 70 percentile game where you were that efficient, and then you just let a 22-year-old, 23-year-old,
Lucas
22.
Lucas 22.
22-year-old fillet you. He had the garden salad. He made all the side dishes excellent, perfectly seasoned. And
Wait,
then,
Lucas barely 21,
right? No, I think he might be 22. Are you
he's
checking?
21.
Yeah, I'm
21.
like, he's barely
He will
21.
Thank you.
he will be 22 in February. 28th.
And then you let him go from American to continental and serve you a Marie Callender's pie. And
Which pie? A Fuck Marie Callender's pie. Which pie?
Whatever pie you
Whatever
want it
pie
to be.
you want,
If it's a
baby.
lemon meringue pie, you can keep that. That's disgusting.
Whatever
Pecan
pie.
pie. How about a good pecan pie?
Whatever
love a
pie
good
you
pecan
think
pie.
Luka served Paul George and the Clippers the day that
The
he.
lemon meringue pie. It's disgusting. Whoever likes lemon meringue pie, you're fucking gross.
I just think that Paul George had an excellent opportunity to show that he was able to lead the team without Kawhi being there, and he flopped. Thoughts?
Yeah. I agree, but I disagree also. Because, granted, Paul was, they do look at, and I hated when they had to do that whole thing when people are comparing him and Kawhi in terms of leadership. Paul George is the one who is more involved with the players.
Did you read the Slavonian pie?
But the what?
Jumar, you're funny as hell.
What do you say? Oh, no. So Paul George is the one who's more involved, who takes more personality into the players, while Kawhi, as Ryan stated earlier, is kind of like closed off. Kind of. But I do feel like he did drop the ball in terms of actually being the leader that they needed that night. And he even said, I take full responsibility, but it's like, okay, but y'all fucked up bad. Like, that's really bad.
I mean, as a franchise player, we have to hold Paul George accountable, but it was everybody's fault.
It was absolutely, and then that goes back to what Ryan said.
Zubac,
Where you got to slow, when he said he has to slow down. He does have to slow down, and it's cool.
Surge.
And maybe he has it in his mind, those plays in his mind, and it's like I think he has an expectation of the players. Like, I expected someone to be there, you weren't there.
Luka
Like,
set the
oh,
mood.
fuck.
Like, he lit candles. He played live music.
What's sad is that,
And he fed them good. Like, he was like, next dish, bitch. Anywho, we're going to have a word from our sponsor, and we'll talk some more basketball. Ryan, take us in.
If you want to buy yourself some sports and collectibles, come on down to Power Play Sports and Collectibles at the Boulevard Mall. Power Play Sports and Collectibles for all your sports and collectibles needs. If you want to get the wrestle on, come on down to the Boulevard Mall in Versus Pro Studios. They do the wrestle, they teach the wrestle. They've got a studio where we record. Do you want to record here? You can get with them and see the things about the recording. Versus Pro Studios.
What's the wrestler that just died?
Brody Lee?
If you want to be the next Brody Lee.
We're not doing that.
If you want to be the next Brody Lee, come on out here and learn how to do the wrestle. R.I.P. Brody Lee. We would also like to thank Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. If you want to listen to the wrestle and you like the wrestle, check them out. Saturdays, 9 a.m. Yeah. Thoughts Count Anywhere, baby.
Like, follow, share, subscribe to all of our partners. Power Play Sports and Collectibles, Versus Pro Studios, Versus Pro Wrestling, Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast, 3 Point Play podcast.
Do you like our drip?
Do you?
I can't. I gotta do this. Okay. Do you like our apparel? Do you like our drip? Would you like to have one of these hoodies or possibly a baby onesie? What else is on there?
Or just a regular t-shirt? Or make basketball great again t-shirt?
Then go over to storefrontier.com/3 Point Play podcast.
Not backslash, blackslash.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
/3 Point Play podcast and level up yo gear.
Drip.
All right, we're back. Top 3 rookies in the league. What do you see? Who do you see getting Rookie of the Year, and who are you most impressed by? So James Wiseman has been balling out. Anthony Edwards had the best interview ever, where he was like, "Yo, I'm good at everything. I'm good at everything.
Golf, whatever.
Golf,
Like, I'll do
cooking,
whatever.
badminton, hoe."
Like, do it all.
And she's like, you're just an athlete, aren't you? Did you see that video?
No.
Yeah, that was it was funny.
Oh.
He's like, I can literally do anything. You name it, I can do it.
He's like, yo, he's like, basket hoops,
No, he's a trash can hoops.
trash hoops.
Who said this?
Checkers. Anthony Edwards from
His interview was great.
Stop that.
She was like, so you can
Minnesota.
do it. He's like, what about golf? You name it, I can do it. It doesn't
He's like,
matter.
I guarantee I'll be
Do it all.
A1 since day one.
It don't matter.
Obi Toppin in New York, Isaac Okoro in Cleveland, Cole Anthony in Orlando. And me personally, I'll start it off. I'm really impressed with James Wiseman and Isaac Okoro. So apparently Isaac Okoro is not getting the press he deserves. He's one of the rookies that's averaging 18, I believe, for the last couple games, and LaMelo is over here dropping 0. So
He's
To
doing
answer-
every stat.
to
But
answer the question I just asked, I think James Wiseman is probably going to be your rookie of the year, and I also think that I'm going to give LaMelo 10 games to figure his life out. But after that 10 games, he's a bust. And that's in...
oh, a bust.
That's a little rough.
You
That's
would call
a little rough.
You would go as far as calling him a bust.
Your brother was... Your older brother was an NBA athlete. You grew up basketball being your life. You didn't go to college. You already played overseas, so you know the vibe. When you came to the NBA, we had higher expectations. Right now, he's only, 3 games in?
Higher expectations, yes. But I would not call him a bust.
I wouldn't call him a bust. He's a toned down Luka right now. Think about it.
Whoa, sir. We don't want...
Think about it. He came in early. Look how young he is. Look how young Luka came in. I'm looking at it from that point. Look at how young he is. And look how young Luka came in.
Luka came in
Giving people
and
buckets.
let you know,
Yes.
I'm here.
Absolutely. Yes, he did.
This is me.
Yes, he did.
This
And
man
this
came
is
out and
LaMelo.
said, listen, my daddy got me here. And
Facts.
and I gotta do something. Oh wait, 0 points? Shit.
I would not say, but look at his other stat.
Listen,
look at his stat line.
we
0
were
points.
so hyped. We were so hyped about LaMelo that we let him score 0 points and have 4 assists. But the assists were fancy that we
What is
co-signed.
this we? What is this we shit?
Oh my bad. The world we.
Okay.
The world was like.
I don't wanna
but
be I don't wanna be part of this world.
But the passes were fancy, so he's nice. But it's like he didn't do anything. So, and in retrospect, he had I want to say it was a 18-point game. Can you look that up? For
Well,
me?
I will tell you what,
LaMelo?
my pick is gonna be James Wiseman because
Thank you.
I know for a fact that the Warriors are about to go tank, and James Wiseman is gonna have the green light to do whatever he wants. And
He's already averaging 22.
exactly. So he's probably gonna be able to get to 25 points per game.
Isaac Okoro was giving you 18 also. But Cole Anthony, and speaking of exposing LaMelo, Cole Anthony, they played Orlando, and Cole Anthony
he
was
gave him the work.
giving him the works.
Okay.
He did.
Speaking of Orlando, they are acting like some other team right now.
Preach.
So
Everybody's nice.
They're
and-
having fun.
Everybody's nice and healthy.
Yeah. they're
Yeah.
having fun.
They got
They're-
nice and sexy jerseys.
they're doing
Their
the
jerseys
thing.
are
I
nice
mean,
as
those
fuck.
orange ones are ugly as hell, but you know.
You a lot. That's Sherbert joint.
Their jerseys are nice as fuck.
My man
You-
got
coming from the guy who likes Cream City, not the porno. The
touche.
jersey.
I see what you did there. Also, who did they just give that fat contract? Jonathan Isaac? They gave him like 60, 38.
I don't know. I
I
don't.
think it was Jonathan Isaac. So that's probably why you're getting all the productivity is all that sweet cash that my man's acquiring. But also, I wanted to talk about Obi Toppin in New York. Now, New York is of course going to tank, but
Wow. They will, but
Oh.
you ain't have to say it like that. Just
is
stall
this
them out.
news? Is New York failing news?
Stall them out.
So how much longer do you want to stall New York out for? Another 20 fucking years?
Could I ask you something? Do you think New York will win anything in your lifetime?
Yeah. I do.
Once again, coming from a Bulls fan, so
Yeah, I do. I have hope. I do.
At what point, Matt, do you think in your lifetime that the Knicks will win anything?
and by anything he means like an actual championship or a conference championship.
Possibly.
See?
Like you think they'll get like the Eastern Conference?
The Cubs 105 years to win the World Series.
So anything's possible.
So you're so
Anything's
so
possible.
basically what Matt's saying is that he's probably going to live 105 years or so. So
Getting dogged on in like Disney movies probably true.
Oh, I'm so glad that you got
Yeah,
that.
no, that was terrible.
So sold.
That was
so
awful.
Disney doesn't respect
Yeah, no.
the Knicks. Disney was like
That was awful.
So I can't say anything bad about you. Want me to sell out the Knicks, but billionaires can do this to them. Look at this.
I'm not giving that was wrong. Phenomenal movie, by the way. Y'all should watch Soul. Phenomenal movie. But they were wrong for that.
were they though, or were
Right.
they right on the head with that one?
That was so wrong.
You
on
know
so
what?
many
Disney
levels.
isn't Disney based out of Orlando, so wasn't that like their way of
Yeah.
like supporting Orlando? They're like,
Yep.
fuck
That-
those
that
guys.
wasn't right.
They sponsor their jerseys. They're on the Disney's on Orlando's jerseys.
That's why I
So
said
it's
that.
like
That's why I said that.
That was terrible.
That's why I said that. Shout out to me. I have a podcast. Tell me about LaMelo.
so here's my thing. So I looked at his stats, right? So we were talking about the assists, right?
Yeah.
For who?
For LaMelo. So that first game, we were like, oh, but he got 3 assists, right?
Oh, 3?
He had also 3 turnovers. So basically, it
You
cancels
did
out.
nothing.
You literally ran around.
You did nothing. How many minutes?
15. Game 2.
Did you see when LaMelo was coming up court, got stripped, stole the ball back, then got stripped again, and then they scored?
Yeah. So game 2
That
against
was funny.
OKC.
It was embarrassing, but it was funny.
He had 15 minutes again. 1 assist, 2 turnovers, but 13 points.
Okay, so that's the game that I was talking about where he had the 13 points.
Then game 3.
And he
against-
shot one of those from the helipad. I do remember that.
Game 3 from Brooklyn. He played 20 minutes.
He did shoot that far.
He made 2 out of 6 field goals.
That's
He went 2 for 6.
That's 33%.
He
So
scored
that's
6 points,
That's not bad.
3 turnovers,
Not that bad.
What?
5 assists,
So he had 6.
1 steal. It's nothing.
It's a decent.
We also
game.
got to give him the fact that he's still a rookie.
It's a decent game. But
you were the one
look
who
at
said he's a
everybody.
bust.
Look at everybody else that's doing better than him. James Wiseman,
No,
Anthony
yes,
Edwards.
they are doing
Anthony
a lot of
Edwards
things.
is averaging.
Yes.
I think he's averaging. Look up Anthony Edwards also. I think Anthony Edwards is averaging like 16.
Yes, they're
Obi
doing-
Toppin is balling out.
Well, that's in New York. That doesn't matter.
Facts. Isaac Okoro in Cleveland is not getting nowhere near the shine that he deserves. And also, I hate
Cleveland
to
is
do it.
doing some shit. Not that I'm wearing. Listen, I'm not. Only reason I have this on is because. Only reason I have this on. I bet nobody knows whose jersey this is.
I already answered that.
He answered it because he knows. Tay, do you know whose jersey this is?
Yes, D Wade.
All right, fuck you.
Oh.
D-Wade. Come on.
But there are some rookies that are doing THT, whatever that dude's name is. It's like a mouthful. Pause. I said pause. THT for the Lakers. He's actually been putting up numbers. So he's
Taylor Horton Tucker's fucking dope.
He is averaging.
Thank you.
So Anthony Edwards is averaging 16 points.
That man is a bucket.
Anthony
man.
Edwards is a bucket. He is a bucket. 16
Edwards.
points is lovely. But that ties back to what we're saying about LaMelo having to do better.
Taylor Horton Tucker is nice. I love watching him.
So
play with the Lakers, bro. He's
the
so
the Cavaliers, I think, have a perfect record right
I hate
now.
that they don't play him as much, but I like when he does play.
I already
Yes.
seen it.
I hate the Lakers, but fuck with him.
Yo, Jumar, you are on one, bro.
The Cleveland. So Cleveland, it has a perfect record right now. Do we expect them? I mean, is it too early to?
Yeah.
Okay. You just want to see like.
Too early to what to see.
Look, all I wanted this year was for all the teams that did shitty last year to prove somebody wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hope this continues because this means the NBA has gone up in caliber of skill.
Did you hear that Colin Sexton and Darius Garland
They're
that
Sexland.
their duo name is Sexland?
Sexland. Sexland.
That's a real thing.
Kevin Love gave me. He's like, we all agree. We're just gonna call him Sexland.
I feel like Kevin Love is low key like he wishes he was born in the 70s because like if you put a fro on him, he is like the perfect hippie.
I love Kevin
love
Love.
Kevin.
I do too, but like
You deserve better. I
Like
hope
that dude-
somebody makes a trade.
I hope he ends up on a contender, and I hope he ends up with the Spurs so he can play out the rest of his career there.
You are my
Just be
friend.
an amazing person.
I was like 2 seconds away from saying San Antonio.
Cavaliers are
We will
probably-
totally take you.
Cavaliers are probably going to get their first loss tonight because they got 10 minutes left in the game, and the New York Shits are going to beat them.
You think so?
It's 75-64, and there's 10 minutes left
In the fourth?
in the fourth.
Leave the Knicks.
Listen, with a name like Sexland, anything's possible.
You're right. And then a man named Kevin Love gives you the name or signs off on it. Love and Sexland? Yeah.
I have
There's
a
something.
ticket. Can you check? Can we just check that real
Sexland.
quick? Okay.
What am I checking?
Just go to check NBA scores. I want to check on my ticket.
Oh, okay.
Ryan, you wanted to talk about players getting overlooked. What are some players that are getting overlooked?
Man, okay.
And
So this is something that I wanted to. We touched on it a couple weeks ago.
let me just. No.
We touched on it a couple weeks ago, and
I can't see that far. I'm blind. It's okay. No.
so we all have our stories on getting overlooked, whether it be pickup games or league games or whatever. And one of the things that I mentioned is there are certain players that you play with and friends that you make that will pick you up regardless. And one of those people is Jumar. I mentioned that before.
My man.
Yeah, dude has a ridiculous amount of skill and loyalty on top of all that too. But we didn't get a chance to ask you something like that. So give me a situation where you were looked over for whatever the case may be and explain, like basically give us a little story on that happening to you and how it happened.
Well, it's happened multiple times, and it always somehow turns out I always prove them wrong. They're all like, "Oh fuck yeah, we should have picked him up." I have played with a lot of very skilled players. A lot of the dudes you would see. You can't just walk on the court and just get picked up by anybody. And I've been in that situation before, and I've gotten picked up before. And they're like, "No, we're not picking you up, bro." And I get picked up by another team and play against those guys, and they're like, "Oh, he's actually a problem. I can actually contribute something," and it sucks at the same time, but it also gives you a kind of fire under your ass, where it's like, okay, so I really got to show you that I can play, and I can hang with y'all. That's not the problem. You of course, I'll grant it. You guys are better than me. I'll give you that, but I'll let you know I can hold my own, regardless of how good you are. It sucks.
Can I chime in just real quick?
Go for it.
Having you here, I've always wanted to tell you, because when I tore my meniscus and I had to just watch a lot of people play, one thing that I've always noticed is like I would want to compare you to like a Anderson Varejao, because like you hustle so much and you don't get nowhere near the credit that you deserve for it, but you're a phenomenal rebounder. You hustle your ass off, and you're almost like a Ken Fareed cleanup man, and you have a nice 15-foot shot. But
Thank you.
the negatives to your game are, since Will want to talk about people not having left, I'm going in on you don't have a left, and you can't pass the ball, and you do this Kamehameha thing when you try. All right, that's all.
Like I said, when we play,
Tell them how you really feel.
I was like, yeah, when we play again, bro, like it's totally different. And plus, it all depends on who I'm playing with. I got trust issues.
Will we play again?
Hmm?
Will we play again? I don't know, Governor Sisolak. Can you fucking open the goddamn fucking city
Yo,
up, asshole?
chill.
I'm sure we'll play
God
again.
Yo,
But
my
until
man's
people act
relax.
like,
You trying to make government enemies?
I'm trying to get on the map some one way or another.
no, until people
I'm
act
trying to
right.
get us trending.
I need every ally I can get. So
Yeah, until people act right, this is gonna be something we're just gonna have to deal with. It's gonna take some time.
I'm gonna rent a court.
Though.
I'm gonna rent a court and invite a select group of people. That's
Definitely
it.
coming.
You know what, Will? I was gonna say something bad, but I'm just glad that you're here in spirit. Shout out to Will Martin. I wish you were here, sir.
What'd he say?
Movie. Did you want to ask anything else towards?
I'm sorry, I'm a little offended.
Let it be. Let it be. Is there anything that you want to contribute to the players getting looked over? Is there anybody in the NBA that you think is looked over?
Yeah, so the two players that I picked for this segment, Jamal Crawford.
JC.
He's looked over by the fans.
The crossover.
He's looked over by, I shouldn't say the fans, I should say the casual fans. He's looked over by casual fans because he's not one of those guys that gets the opportunity every single night, like a James Harden, like a LeBron, like all that. But given the opportunity to have at it, he drops 50 like he did that last game of the season for the Suns 2 seasons ago.
Right.
I think it's a travesty that he's not in the league in some capacity. But I do understand that he's now 39 and his play style is just give me the ball and get out of my way. And teams are not with that anymore unless you're a James Harden or a LeBron James.
Do you think his son will fill his shoes?
No.
No.
I don't have any faith in any NBA player's sons.
Have you seen his
Hold up.
son?
Hold up. I got faith in Scottie Pippen's son. I do. I actually do. I'm not gonna say he's better than his daddy, but he's good. He's doing pretty well in college.
So
Look up.
He is.
Look up Scottie Pippen's son.
Look up Scottie Pippen Jr.
Please.
I like watching him
please.
play. Like, he's not bad. Like, okay. You ain't your daddy, but you're not bad.
boy, that is whose kid is that? That kid is white. That kid is white.
That's Scottie Pippen Jr.
He's 6'1", first of all.
He's not doing bad in college right now.
He is 6'1", sir.
Do you know what division he plays in?
Yeah, I do.
Tell the world.
D3, right? Isn't it D3?
Michael Jordan's son played.
Hold on.
Listen.
Okay, so he averages 23 points a game.
Did you hear what division he plays in?
I'm trying to fact
Tay,
check
tell
that.
this man again.
He plays in D3.
I'm trying to fact check.
Regardless of what division.
Michael
he's doing
Jordan's
pretty
son
well.
played. Michael Jordan's son played Division II and couldn't get into the league.
He did.
You know how many?
Scottie Pippen Jr. plays Division.
3.
Shut up.
I still like watching him play. I think he's gonna do pretty well once he gets around the right people.
Jamal Crawford's son was a bucket in the Drew League. Just saying.
He's
He
in D,
was.
he's in D2.
Oh, he is in D2?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, okay. I thought it was D3.
D2. But it doesn't matter because we have D1 players that don't make it to the league. They can't even make it to the G League.
That's true.
So
That's a select few. That's true.
Is there?
actually, there's one play. I think there's one player's son that just took me by surprise and blew me away. That he excelled more than any other player, or more
Steph
than any
Curry.
other. No, Magic Johnson's son. He excelled in becoming a woman like nobody's business. Like he is so good at it, it's crazy.
I thought he was going.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. He a bad bitch. He a whole bad
I wasn't
bitch.
going that far.
Hey, the
I
homie
wasn't
dressed
going
up
that
as
far.
Corilla DeVille, and I said,
I thought he was going somewhere.
I said, yo, you did that. I said, yo, you did that, sir. You did that.
I really thought he was going somewhere.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
But hey,
Oh,
so
man.
listen, another player that comes to mind when I talk about looked over players, Jared Dudley. Every NBA player says they want a guy like Jared Dudley or Jared Dudley on their team, yet the casual fan and even Will gives me shit about Jared Dudley on a constant basis. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Now the dude is a champion. He's had a hell of an NBA career. The fact that he still has an NBA career, being looked over as much as he is a statement. Give me two players that you think are looked over by casual fans, Tay. or just the league in general?
I just got done watching an interview with him, Iman Shumpert. I actually really liked Iman Shumpert when he played in Cleveland. And to see him not get picked up by anybody, granted, yeah, he had his fair share of injuries and everything, but to still not see him get picked up by anyone kind of bothers me. So,
well, why do you think why do you think that other players that have had injuries were still picked up over him?
Marketability, honestly. They can make the team look good, honestly. Like, think about, knock on wood, like if James Harden got injured, there's another player who could take his spot, but they will wait for him to recover. And for that reason, they'll wait. Like, well, he makes the team
Okay, when you say another player take his spot, what exactly does that mean?
You know exactly what I mean. Not saying they're going to be just as good as him, but it's like, well, you could take him for a little. Like, you can take on his role for a little bit, but we gonna wait till he gets better. We gonna hold out. You're not gonna be better than him. We'll let you get your shine, but you're not gonna.
We could just replace James Harden.
So is that what we're doing? Like, we're just Legos here, just replacing a part? And
fuck James.
Only team that can do that in the league is the Spurs.
I don't like James.
So,
Facts. Thank you.
That's the only team in the entire
Thank you.
NBA that's ever been able to do something like that.
I do believe that's the reason why they look at it. Just marketability. You make us look good.
I wish I could cue. You remember when James Harden hit himself with the ball and Josh Hart was like,
yeah.
That's how I feel about his comment. Like,
Dude,
I'm like,
yeah.
just replace James Harden?
Fuck James Harden.
Okay.
I can't stand James Harden.
This is what you sound like when you talk about Boogie. Just saying. We're not going there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go ahead. Get it out. Get out your system. Get it out your system.
I fuck with
Get it
Boogie,
out your
but
system.
Look, I fuck with Boogie, but I can't stand him either.
It's building up. I can see it in your face. Let it loose, brother. Let it loose, brother. Let that fuck Boogie loose out of your chest.
I wasn't even listening to what you guys said because I was reading Will's bitch ass comments.
Hey, man.
The only reason, listen,
Stop.
The only reason Will ain't here is because he don't want to get chops.
Facts. Since you wanna go in on people in the comment section, let's talk about all the basketball that I don't know, but all these chops I owe you, son. Let's talk about that. The fans want to see you get chopped. They want to see me chop your man titty. They want me to see me. They want to see it hit the taco meat. They want to see me that chest, big boy. They want to see it, big fella. I'm coming for you. N-word.
No, he didn't go Booker T.
I just want to know why Will said Ryan went to Mexico and went pro. Why couldn't I go to Europe? I'm European. Come on, man.
So Spencer Dinwiddie tore his ACL. What does that mean for the Nets? Is that a big?
Oh, that means DeAndre Jordan gets more playing time. That's it.
What?
That means DeAndre Jordan gets more playing time?
Spencer Dinwiddie is a shooting guard.
He's also massive and doesn't usually play. Well, now he's playing shooting guard.
Spencer Dinwiddie?
Am I talking about the right person?
You're
Not
definitely
at
talking
all.
about the wrong person. Like,
Not at all.
Not tripping.
Yes, you are.
You are.
Spencer Dinwiddie is a shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard, bro.
Last year he played point guard for the Nets.
Beard.
It didn't matter because he's going to pay attention.
Not bad. My fault. You know why?
Okay.
What the hell's his name?
Spencer
Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie.
No, the other guy. The one that with the fro.
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
Jared, I confused him and Jared Allen. My fault.
Oh.
My
So all
fault.
black people look alike. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. You walked into that. Tay, so what does that mean for the Nets? Do you think it's a big adjustment that they're gonna have to make, or you think they'll still get through it when Kyrie and KD get back?
I think they'll be okay. It was a nice little punch because Spencer Dinwiddie was, I wouldn't say he was a key piece, but he definitely did contribute to something.
I think he was a key piece. He was averaging 20 for them.
He was, absolutely. But I think they'll be okay. I think they'll figure it out throughout with KD and Kyrie. They'll have to just
I
make
forgive
a
you
little
because you let the
adjustments.
world see your hair. Nick Young signed to a Chinese league. Do you think we're gonna
Swaggy P.
him signing to the Chinese league? Do you think we'll get anything good out of that? Like,
Swaggy P.
No.
you think no NBA comeback?
No.
You?
No. He's I wouldn't say an NBA comeback. No,
Okay.
he'll definitely help them out though for sure. But
Grayson Allen from the Memphis Grizzlies, was
Why does this clown have a contract? That's what I want to know.
Grayson Allen?
Yeah.
Okay.
He hustled.
I don't give
Grayson
a shit what he does.
Allen.
He's a piece of shit.
Okay.
Oh, you think so? That's what I was gonna ask. So, do you think that he deliberately was
Yes.
hacking Trae Young?
Yeah, he's doing exactly what Bruce Bowen used to do.
Okay.
I love Bruce
To
Bowen.
win,
but Bruce Bowen,
is that acceptable? Or
No,
you think,
it's not acceptable.
Because you think he really could have hurt Trae Young?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not only that, I mean, he could have hurt. I mean, it doesn't matter who you do that to. You can really hurt
He
people.
apologized on Twitter.
Jokingly. That
No,
was sarcastic.
Grayson-
On God, it was.
Grayson Allen.
So-
On God, it
apologized.
was.
It's so backhanded.
All that was
There it is. Damn.
all that was missing from that comment was, "Does your pussy hurt?"
Pretty much.
You know.
Where was that? What?
Next one.
What?
Next one.
What?
Next one.
What?
That's us.
Oh.
No. Go back. Go back. So we can count the chops that you owe me. In word.
Man, this is how many chops Will's gonna get when he comes back.
One. This one hurt. I know this one hurt. My man love
Man,
him some Celtics.
Will, I don't
My
know.
man love him some Celtics. 2,
The Heat.
3. I didn't win that one, but he owes me 3, I think. Delicious.
I got one coming for you, Will, but it's gonna be nice.
What titty are you gonna smack?
I'm gonna hit the left one because the left one just looks at me weird.
I'm gonna hit. Listen, cause I'm gonna be real. I suck at chops. I'm gonna have Shade chop you so nice that milk's gonna come out.
He go ask for some milk and cook.
Okay.
Okay, back to this jackass.
Yeah. So you think he was trying to sweep the leg, take him out?
I mean, literally watching it back, he's watching his feet so he doesn't trip up on himself.
Yeah.
So he can try to get his foot under Trae Young.
Yeah.
Like, he's a scumbag. He shouldn't have a job. Get him the hell out of the league. He's trash.
I wouldn't say he shouldn't have a job, but he definitely needs an attitude check for sure.
He needs to get his ass beat. Is what
He
he
needs
needs.
his ass beat for sure.
By Trae Young.
I don't know if that's gonna happen necessarily, but I mean,
Threw a joke in there.
He needs his ass beat by a veteran, like by somebody like
John
some
Collins?
type of Trevor Ariza type dude. Just
John
fuck him
Collins. John Collins. I feel like John Collins would catch that fade for him.
up. John Collins
maybe.
body slam.
I feel like.
See, there's no players that really do that nowadays. Like,
Who about that life you mean?
yeah,
That's a lie.
Like
that's a
Zebo,
lie.
Zebo would have met him outside, and
That's
like,
a lie. You didn't hear about Jeff Green going in the locker room? He wanted
All
all the smoke.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. But I mean,
Not Jeff Green. I always get him mixed up. Gerald Green, dunk champion.
yeah.
Yeah, he wanted all the smoke.
But Grayson Allen, he definitely needs his ass beat by like a veteran or something.
I feel it.
Absolutely.
I don't.
He needs
I
a nice
don't.
attitude check.
He needs to get his ass beat.
Yeah, and he
Straight up.
always assumes everybody.
So I'm gonna say
"Oh,
this.
it's
So I'm gonna say this. Do you think him trying to sweep the leg is the equivalent to, like, you know, when people throw a little extra hip, like when you're moving full speed and they throw that extra hip to like completely stop you? You think it's the same, or do you think that it's or it was worse?
It's definitely worse because getting hip checked, you can just fall, you'll be fine, you know, get back up. It might hurt, but compared to tripping over yourself, the way Trey was kind of falling, he could really hurt himself.
Didn't
So-
you just earlier say that hip checking is just as bad?
No,
It's
no,
super serious
no. I'm
injury?
saying it is. I'm not discrediting. I'm saying it is bad, but I feel tripping is probably worse because you could really land and fuck something up.
Okay.
You could bang up your knee.
So like I feel like yeah. So okay, for instance, an injury that happened to me, I rolled my ankle.
Mhm.
My ankle was fine, but I blew my knee out from rolling my ankle.
Yeah, that's like that type of stuff could have happened. Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, obviously, I've never had an Achilles tear, but I feel like that would also contribute to an Achilles tear as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
trying to brace yourself, trying to catch yourself. Yeah, you could fuck something up for sure compared to a hip check.
Dwayne Wade has no chill, and I like it. Big fan.
Yeah, I mean,
he was giving his son
all the smoke.
all the buckets.
I would have done the same thing, honestly.
His day will come.
No, absolutely. Yes. Yes, it will.
Dwayne Wade,
Zaire's going to get him back.
Dwayne Wade, and Zaire took it like a champ. He was like,
play me in
all
jumpers,
right.
though. Yeah, you want
Dwayne Wade said, I ain't never shot no jumpers. It doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm Michael Jordan in his early years.
He's like, come at me. But no, Zaire's definitely gonna get him back later on for sure.
You think Zaire's gonna make it to the league?
If Bronny makes it, Zaire will definitely make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta see what happens.
I have more faith in Zaire than I do Bronny.
Why?
I think Bronny plays in a higher division than Zaire does.
Zaire's older.
Yeah, I'm saying Bronny plays in like a
Look it
higher
up.
level.
Look it up. I don't know.
Man, fuck them kids.
Fair enough.
I do believe, but I do look at, like Nick said, I look at Bronny. If Bronny makes it, Zaire can definitely make it. Absolutely.
No. I said if Zaire makes it, Bronny will make it. Meaning I think Zaire is better than Bronny.
In ways, yes, I'll agree with that. But I still feel, in terms of athleticism, Bronny got him beat. Tell me I'm wrong. Just athleticism. I think Bronny got him beat. Not by much, but I do think he got him beat.
What am I looking at?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
He went his head, though. D-Wade was a GOAT for that.
Did you guys know that Miles Turner is averaging 5.4 blocks per game, and that's more than 19 teams in the league? How phenomenal is that for Indiana?
So that's cool, but it's also only been 3 games.
Okay.
So I mean, when you start playing my player and you're like, yo, let me go off and drop like 90 on the first game, so my average is higher throughout the season. That's what that is.
I was just about
that
to
means
say,
nothing to me.
Everything now is a record somehow.
That was a flawless comparison.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Everything now somehow is a record. Just like he said, you go in there in your first game, you're making
5 blocks is impressive.
It absolutely is.
Absolutely.
5
Yes,
blocks is
absolutely.
impressive. I ain't gonna let you sleep on 5 blocks.
Yes, I'm giving him that. But for it to be,
I mean, he tossing everything.
Yeah, to be something that, like he said with the 2K player, for it to be something like that so early, like, come on, bro. Like, just
Like, I'm curious to see what this turns out to be at the end of the season.
exactly. Like, is this gonna be consistent?
And then the other thing is too.
I believe he was one of the block leaders last year.
But this is also a shorter season.
We're doing 70?
72 games. Right?
72 games.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's 72 games.
Okay. Somehow I skipped over it, and I'm so sorry. So James Harden has been in the media talking about, I don't like the Rockets, trade me, and he named Boston, Miami.
Then Miami was like, yo, we don't have that culture down here, so you can take that and shove it. And Miami pulled out of those talks.
Denver, the Nets, and then he said Portland. And CJ McCollum, can you pull that up for me, my man? CJ McCollum said James Harden said that he want to be traded to Portland. I'm a shooting guard. He a shooting guard. So Portland looking at me like I'm up for trade. And then he dropped 44, 8 assists, 9 3-pointers to James Harden's 14, 4 rebounds, and 17 assists. This 17 assists is sexy as hell. I want to point that out. But I am very impressed with CJ McCollum's performance. But him doing this for that reason lets me know you have a lot more in the tank, and why aren't we getting that out of you on a consistent basis?
Because
Ryan, talk to me.
Because Dame is not having off nights as often as like Dame.
think he would.
Dame and CJ McCollum need to have. They can't ever have the same night where they're on fire. So it's like this weird enigma between them.
I feel like they share a ring. I feel like they share a power ring, and they're like, "No, you wear it," and then you're like, "No, you wear
I
it."
think it's a cock ring. But yeah.
Go ahead, tell me more.
No, I think he's
CJ
getting
McCollum.
traded.
Who's getting
Portland. So
He
you
traded.
think even though Portland was like we're gonna keep CJ. You think that they're like,
Yeah. If it comes down
it was
to
to lull him. It was like to like pacify him. Like, yeah, we're not gonna
Yeah, so that
we're not
way-
gonna trade you.
So that way, hopefully, he gives.
We're
him
not
some
gonna
more of
trade
these.
you. Look
Yeah.
away. Look away.
If
Look
they-
this way while
Like,
we trade you.
woo, he's kidding.
If they do, no,
Yeah.
if they trade CJ, that would be fucked up.
Listen,
That would be off. That would
this
be,
is great, but this 17 assists is what you pay for. This is what you pay for right here. This is the difference between these two. This is what you pay for.
you pay for passes.
Successful passes, setting up a
44
player in a
points?
great position. Yes.
This is essentially 61. What do you mean?
Okay.
It's actually more than 61 because
If they're
some of
3
those,
points,
yeah.
yeah. This is what you pay for. But
what you
I want
pay
to know.
for.
I want to know your thoughts on that. Do you think that because I'm very impressed that because CJ had it in his mind that I'm expendable. Let me show him I'm not expendable,
Yeah,
and they won that game.
they did.
That's great. But now that I see you do that, I want that on a regular basis. I don't want your 30 points one day and then it's like 12 the next day.
Or 7.
You want the consistency.
Yeah.
Okay, so that goes back to what you said with him and Dame. I don't think him putting up those type of numbers will happen as often for the fact that Dame's doing that already.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't trade him because of that.
But then again, I want to know, like, what exactly is Dame time and when is it? Because clearly, neither does CJ McCollum doesn't know either because they just can't seem to ever get it on the same.
Right.
Like, CJ McCollum's like, hey, yo, Dame, is it Dame time? And he's like, I don't fucking know.
Right.
That was a good setup because I was instantly ready to be like, it's always Dame time, and then you're like,
I swear, sometimes I think Dame just forgets his watch and he don't know what time it is. It has to be because and then CJ's
what kind of
like,
watch is it? Is it a Rolex?
It's a cock ring
Is
watch.
it a G?
Why?
because he wanted to know more about it.
All right. I got nothing.
What's that cheap brand of watches? Like super cheap brand?
Casio?
No, cheaper than that. That's what an I.
Oh, see, I don't know. You got me on that one.
Walmart.
It probably is a Walmart
It's
brand.
probably a Walmart watch that they just. No, you know what it is? It's a Power Rangers communicator, and they just passed it off to each other.
Whoa.
And he was.
Leave the
Whoa.
leave the Power Rangers out of this.
Whoa, sir. Whoa. We don't knock the Power Rangers
Leave the
communicator.
Power Rangers out of this.
That's probably the best watch ever.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like,
like,
Zordon, what's going on?
right. Like,
Rangers, there's bitches back at the
Leave the
There's
Power Rangers
bitches in
out
the
of
command center. Come back ASAP. You got it, Zordon. This episode is over. Are we gonna see the Blue Ranger? Oh, okay. Any closing out
thanks for
statements?
joining us for this train wreck, everybody.
I think we did good.
Da-da-da.
I'd like to thank our guest Levante Miller for being on the show today. I appreciate you, sir. Anybody, any shout outs you want to do? You want to shout out wifey?
Shout out to wife. She's watching. So. But no, shout out to everybody, honestly. Just this was a tough year. I'm praying for everybody. Just keep your head up. We're almost there.
Where?
Just
Where?
Oh, what? Look, I would do a life reference, but I think Nick would be the only one that would get it. Yeah, you would get it. The upper room.
I do get it.
It's a kid. Hey, have you seen Life?
No.
His eyes
Exactly.
closed a little bit. Any closing statements on your end, Sudhir?
That's what I got for you.
Okay. Before we close
Don't
out,
be a jackass. Learn how to drive if
okay.
you live in Las Vegas.
New Year's is Thursday. Do you guys have any resolutions before we dip out?
Honestly, my only resolution is just learn as much as I possibly can.
That was the whitest answer ever.
Yeah.
Matt, any New Year's resolutions for you?
How are you the darkest one here with the whitest answer here?
Fuck you want me to say?
That was very like, what's that women's network?
Yeah.
OWN.
What the hell would
Own
a
or
black person
Lifetime?
say?
That was very
Television
lifetime. That was a very lifetime.
Lifetime television.
What would a black person say? What
Matt, do you have any
say?
New Year's resolutions?
That's how good I just want him to hit.
It was
I want
just.
to better my life. What the hell
It
wrong
was
with that?
it was so spiritual for no reason. Like
It kind of pissed me off.
it did. Like
Like,
Want to rob a goddamn grocery store?
Right.
no. Like no.
What y'all want me to say?
Matt,
my life right, man.
do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Watch the Lakers win the championship in 2020.
I hate you. I hate you.
They're probably gonna win again, honestly.
Ryan, do you have any New Year's
They're fucking
resolutions?
stacked. They're probably gonna win again. We'll be pissed,
I do.
but if they win.
I do. I'm going to stop holding my tongue. And I'm going to tell people how I really feel.
You're gonna stop doing drugs.
And that's not very good for some people. And I'm probably gonna go back to the gym because I've been getting fat. Remember last week I said my mom called me fat? Yeah.
If it makes you feel
She
any
did it
better,
again. And then she jiggled my titty.
If it makes you feel any better, 6 months ago I took my mom to sushi and she poked my stomach and I was like, if you weren't my woman, if you weren't my mama, Lisa, ooh child.
Ooh, child.
New Year's resolutions, survive because 3,000 people per day are dying.
Did you know that more people die from drug overdoses daily than COVID?
I can believe it.
Yet we're not all locked in rooms.
They're locked in. shooting
I have like the same resolutions every year, like make more money than I made this year, which isn't hard because I'm unemployed. I got nothing. All right.
I got one more thing. Will, I'm coming for that left titty. Because
He's coming for you. N-word.
Because I swear to God, that left titty just always looking at me funny. And like sometimes I see it and I'm just like,
Why are you looking at it?
fucker. No. So that left titty like communicates with his eye. And they're both like looking funny at me. And sometimes I'm coming for the left titty, Will.
All right, it's time.
I'm coming for the left titty.
All right.
Yeah, it's
all
coming
right.
for it.
All right. Do you know any? All right. Do you know any coaches, trainers, or local businesses that would like airspace to promote their brand? Well, reach out to us via any of our social media outlets, and we'll make it happen, Captain. And on that note, 3 Point Play Podcast. We're here with Ryan Raston back with the strap, Nick getting buckets off the pick, Levante Miller barbecue chicken or whatever I said, and Matt.
Hey, thanks
Take us out.
Thanks for bearing with us for another shit show. We love you guys.
Happy New Year.
Don't stop watching, please.
Don't stop believing.